we're just gonna jump into it. I'm a little early, starting at 6:36 instead of 7. I am going to finish Itnamzand before the official start of the stream. So this is sort of a stream before the stream. And then we'll jump into reading lore, which I should probably actually bring up the list of... Let's see. There we are. Let's bring up the list of books that I have read. So that'll be ready to go. Alright. So we're gonna finish off this dungeon. Chophos. Sorobo is nice, but I don't know what I have. Do I have my followers? They did not follow me. I don't know how... There would be... I mean, there's kind of room... You know, one could argue that there is... Oh, well, now I definitely... now I definitely have both. Valentine, why are you way over there? There might be something to be said for having a system. This thing does not really cast light, does it? A system for... Right, she's casting light. That's better. Some sort of system for... Hello up there. Seeing what is inside the archive, what's on display. Like, there's the resonator. Oh. Too powerful for frenzy. Ah! Dead. I need to also retexture the Gemo, so I keep forgetting to do that. Oh my giddy aunt! That is a rare thing. Okay. Write this down. Retexture Gemos so that they're more distinct. And the Gemos apparently have perfect... Don't die. Dying is not a good thing. Oh, you're the problem. It's you. Hi. You're the problem. It's you. Get out of my face, you dingus. Okay. I don't want stall room. Oh. Out. Alright. Oh, okay, well. Hello to Xavier and hello to Folding Note. Thanks for stopping by. We're doing a stream before the stream. Just to finish some unfinished business from last week. It shouldn't take too long. Ooh, I already have that one. Staff of Banishing. I'll take that and I'll give it to Carjo. So I can disenchant it. You're not Carjo. You're Carjo. Alright. I do have the Minish Mage's Cap. So we're feeding two birds with one scone here, because this is one of the new Minish dungeons. So we're gonna pop that open. I need to wear the Minish Mage's Cap. There we go. Yeah, we're inside. I believe there's something in here. It's not there. Is button. Ding. Okay, I think this is... No, it's not the way out. That's a door. Okay. Maybe I missed a button. Maybe it opened a door. Ah, it opened a door. There we are. Button number 2. That opened that door. So the idea is, with this one, is that it's supposed to be like the inside of that dwarven, where the dwarven spheres come out. I have no idea what those are, actually look like inside. Nobody knows what they look like. But the idea here is that we're inside. Hence all the steam. Right, I think I actually have to open that one. I know I just did that one. That's number 2. I did number 1. Oh, wait. This is a new one. There's two of these pistons. This is number 3. You can see because it has the little knobs on it. That's number 3. So does this go up? Oh, I think I have to go that way. Ooh. Ow. No, I don't have to go that way. I think there's something up here. Ow. Going too fast. We're testing. Let me take off the rocks cape. Maybe that's causing problems. Nope. Okay. Yeah, I'm on a little early because last week I was... Oh, this isn't what I want at all. That's a crusher. So it's actually good that I'm not... succeeding here. Last week we were doing Itnamzand, so I'm finishing Itnamzand before I start the... the Relics of Hyrule Storytime. And part of Itnamzand is the hidden pipes, Minish Dungeon, brand new. Is there anywhere I haven't been? I haven't been down that way or up this way. So let's go here. There it is. That's number 4. Alright, I heard a door open. Not that one. Oh, jeez. Alright, I should have kept the Rocks Cape on. Have to do that dungeon again. Oh, it didn't even save? Great, okay. Well, Rockscape is back. Cool, alright. Let's speed run this. Get that. I know there's a... this thing. Gonna get that, get that, get that. Let's put... where's my... where are my followers? There they are. Alright, you can hold on to that. Go over here. Grab the arrow and that thing. Roll over here. Grab the purple rupee. Alright, get back over here, thank you, please. Drop off everything. Bing, bing. That's enough for me to move. I also switched to Sophia. So I have a little bit of light. Go to sleep. Didn't sleep. Just use up these. Nope. Pull the lever. Yeah, Pothos is secretly a gymnast. Oh, he has Crimsoning this time. That's handy. Hello. We're good. Oh, you. Jade Relic. Alright. Back at it again, the Krispy Kreme. Oh, I have to put on the Minish Mage's cap. Minish Mage's cap. Ooh. What circlet do I have on right now? The blue ring circlet. Ooh. I'm gonna favorite both of these. I have the Zora ring? Yeah, Ring of Zora. Alright, let's put on the Great Fairy's ring. Great Fairy's ring. Alright, what am I looking for? Oh, the Minish Mage's cap. Minish. No, not Majora's Mask. Well, I'm wearing Majora's Mask now. Alright. Try to speed run this. Wish I had the Song of Soaring. Although I do have the stopwatch that I keep forgetting that I can use. Run, sprint. There we go. Alright, so first things first. I'm going to turn on this switch. It's right here. Hello? Turn on that switch. Put away my daggers. There we go. Every time. Nope. No. We're gonna do that dungeon later. We'll come back and do that dungeon. I'll do that dungeon later. I need to finish Itnamzand, and this is an optional distraction. The stream is... I don't want to... I want to do it legit. Alright. Here's something fun. Oh, that's not her. There he is. Yeah, she's a ghost. Alright, let's dive. Get the tarnished shard, which should be... Oh, my giddy. Oh, and also I should probably put on the Zora circlet, or the Ring of Zora now. I can't see a thing. Nope. There we go. Okay, so far so good. Yeah, I need to change these, maybe. It's so hard to tell, like, when... Okay, when they'll be murky and when they won't be, you know? Like... Alright. Hylian Guard Shield, I'm pretty sure I don't need it, but... Ring of Arcana is pretty nice. I believe... That's it. I don't think I need this thing. I'll take it. I can carry it. Alright. Managed to get out. Oh, hello. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna climb up here. Because... need to play the Song of Time. Actually, let's use the Eye of Truth, because you can use the Eye of Truth to reveal that you need to use the Song of Time. So I'm going to use the Song of Time. And you can also check out Zulema's corpse. So we'll get Zulema's note. That is a game changer. Oh, I collect fairy letters, why not? Chest. Rehabilitation, restoration. These are both things that I need. Okay. Leaders, telepathy. More. Escape back. Inventoire. And give her that. Give her this. Give her that. Oh, that didn't work. Give me your sweet, sweet stuff. All of those are nice. Okay. Hey. All right. Ancient chest. We got moon shard, rain, and unhewn magic sword. So we got the magic sword. We're gonna save. Back. Drop off this stuff. I need to get the give him the crimsonine, and what I need to do is get wow, words. This is what's currently on the Nexus. Special edition on my computer is not fully up to date, so this is what's on the Nexus right now as we speak. These actually take up a lot of room. Black Kinstone, I need to use that. Oh, green Kinstone I can use. Maybe? Oh, shoot, I gave it to her. Well, now she has a green Kinstone. I should use these Kinstones really quick. What did I get? Red Force Gem, Purple Force Gem. Got a few things. What did I... Oh, a Moblin War Axe +3. That's what I got from the... It's still not quite as good as the Vampire Killer, but it's pretty darn good. That's what I got from the red Kinstone. Alright. We're almost to the end of this dungeon. Hopefully people tuning in for let's get teleportation because I need them. Hopefully people tuning in for story time aren't disappointed that I'm doing this first. Oh, let's get the somebody killed the Dark Nun. Oh my god. I think I have all of these already, so I'm not going to worry about them. That white Tektite jelly. Hey. Green Tektite jelly. I still have it. Oh, I need to level up Druid. Nope. I need to level up my healing spell, Healing Touch. Healing Touch removes all poison and disease. I think that's what I was gonna do. Duration restores mana, which is a lot. So all of that, all of these are not useful. Cleansing Touch removes poison and disease, but I thought restoring mana is pretty ridiculous. I think that's a little overpowered. Increases duration. So that would make it stronger, but honestly cleansing, like, then I wouldn't need cure disease or anything. Or poison. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, so healing touch is fully upgraded. And now I don't need healing disease potions either. Shoot, I was trying to kneel so that I could get that thing without it exploding. Iron quarterstaff, waning water. Okay. Okay. Oh. I thought I saw... Guaranteed Goron Maul, and of course I'm caring too much to be able to run. I think the underwater sound is still active. Yeah, it is. I hate it when that happens, but there's no water around, so I can't do anything about it. Hello there. I'll just take all of it and give it to you. Innermost mace. I'll give you that, give you this, give you that. Okay. Alright. So the start of... Oh, wait. There is a guaranteed Twilight weapon in this area, I believe. It's in the hallway. At least I thought there was. This is why I need to implement Project Revelio. Oh! What the heck? What? On God's green earth? That is weird. That was weird. I don't... What the heck is... Does it think I'm still... What? Alright. This is like the murky... Yeah, it not only does it sound like I'm underwater, it's like blocking my vision like I'm underwater. Alright, that fixed it. Oh my god. Alright. I think this is also a good showcase of the reformed BMOS. No one's here. It's just me. Oh, hang on. You need something a little stronger. Alien Vampire. Vampire Dust. Sand of Hours, definitely. I don't think I think I have those. I don't have that. I definitely don't have that. I'll take that. Take that. I'll take that. I'll take both of those. Oh my gosh. You'll be okay, Valentine. And you've upset the Gemos. Why is the Gemos listed as a boss? Alright, there's still that friend who's gonna get one of these guys. Hey, I know you guys are bleeding out, but one moment, please. I just need to drop some stuff off in your inventory. Oh, wait. No, whatever. I'll disenchant those another time. I can disenchant them on my own time. Suplex the interloper! Ashland Dark Tunic. I don't think I have any of these. I just gotta take it. I just gotta take it. Interloper Essence, Twilight Bow, Twilight Dagger. Thanks for coming out. You're gonna hold all of this. Because I am bad at managing my inventory. Alright. So here's how the BMOS work now. They actually track you. So both of them shot at me at the same time. Now both of them are firing at me at the same time. Both firing me at the same time. So... Oh, that's good and bright. Oh, geez. Okay, that's actually really bright. Okay, so I have fixed the BMOS, and you can shoot them, and they do what they're supposed to do. I'm gonna use Zora Arrow for this other one. There we go. Take that. I'll take that. And now this is where the fun begins. We're gonna quick save again because this thing hits like 7 trucks. Oh wait, I do have this though. So hopefully that actually helps me. Arr. The answer is it didn't. The Gorons who lived in Volcanic. Oh, but I can pop a level up. So I should probably do that. So let's level up really quick. Stamina is good. Is there anything I can do with illusion? Where is illusion? Illusion's right. Yeah. Rally. Alright. No, I don't want it. I want Master of the Mind, which I'm not ready for yet. Ooh, can I do anything here? Daggers deal more damage. Oh. That's pretty good. Light armor might be helpful. Maybe. No. Paratox. Erg. Alright, this is not helping. Oh, wait, what's this? Lockdown. Oh my god. That is a very, very strong perk. I don't want to do that right now, though. Alright. We're just not going to worry about that. I don't know how to deal with this thing. And I'm the one who implemented it. Twilight Bow is equal in strength to the Royal Guard Bow, so maybe I should retire it. Let's test this. Oh, I fired and I missed. Alright, well, it is a strong arrow. And it is getting affected by... Okay, that thing hits... Oh my god. No! Nope. Hello! Hello! Okay. Woo! I will take all of these. Tornado Rod, Itnamzand Sanctum Key, Durmacog. No, I don't want to eat. I want to eat 4. I want to eat 1. Alright. Okay. I will give you this. Oh, better get the journal. Shoot, I forgot to grab the journal from over here. Alright, I started early and I'm starting late. I hope that doesn't upset anyone. I don't see how I would. Where's the lever? I know there's a lever. I put a lever in. Ooh. That's dangerous. Ah, there it is. There we go. Okay, I forgot to grab some stuff from over here. Like, Arafal's corpse. Kind of important. Lockpick. I'll take the egg. And then there's all this. I don't need that, because I already have it. Resist shock. Okay, that's all normal. Poison song. The seed. Dormant oil. Ooh. Song of Storms. Very good. Scroll of Fire rune. I'll take it. I'll take both of those. Gold dust. Sand of Hours. Also important. Regeneration. Ice. Ring of Regenerate. Ooh. That's from Artifacts of Ultima. Alright. Real quick alike. Yay! Ooh. Noble Sword. Got it. Now Karen wants to be able to run. So you get the honor of holding that Noble Sword. And a Tornado Rod. And the Suna Dagger. And that's it. Alright, let's use the Song of Time. And we got the Light of Knowledge. Note on the Light of Knowledge. Eee. And we can't really do anything with it yet because we haven't reformed the Book of Mudora. Do I still have the book? I do have the Book of Mudora. So it's not super helpful. I only have 2. Oh. I thought I had stone tablets. I must have put them away. I should grab those. But I can grab that. So let's open this up and grab this. Fairy in a jar. Release it so that we can get it. Okay. Alright. Link Between Worlds. And I'm going to quickly run to the fairy fountain to see what the fairy has to give me, and then we'll transition to Relics of Hyrule Storytime. Unless we just want to switch this and just keep doing Skyrim gameplay. That's also a possibility. Oh, there it is. Fact of the matter is, I just unlocked the Shattered Lands. It's on time. I could get the final piece of black glass. I could probably gonna turn that fairy. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna use Faror's Wind so that we can return here very quickly. And I'll quickly run to the fairy fountain. There should be a minecart ride that goes through this thing. Okay, I already checked that. Quicker chapel. Alright, yellow fairy. Ooh. Shoot, yellow apple pie. Okay. Great Fairy's Tunic, Ashland Fairy Tunic. Speech is increased by 15 points. Restoration. Ooh, fear effects are stronger. That's a pretty darn good tunic. And it synergizes with the Great Fairy's Ring and the Great Fairy's Circlet. That's a good thing to know. How many do I need? Do I have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm missing the red fairy and orange fairy. Red, orange, yellow, blue, and green. No, green's back there. So I do... No, green's not back there. Alright, so I'm still missing 3. And then... That's awesome. Alright, Faror's Wind. Turn to the warp point. An hour and a half. Started at 6:30. If I go to 7:30, it leaves an hour and a half for... Alright, I'm going to do 2 more things. Since we unlocked the Shattered Lands, I'm going to go in and... Simply because, like, it feels like unfinished business if I don't. I want to get the black glass that's in here. And also, I should really go to low rule. Maybe I should hold all of this until the next time I do I think that's a good... Actually, you know what? We unlocked the Shattered Lands. So I'll save here. And this will happen... We'll do this next time, which will be probably the 24th. We did 2 back-to-back. Let me just really quickly figure out where I'm going. Is it there? Yes. So I have to get here in order to... Oh, that's right. There's a Song of Time. Well, anyway, we're not going to do that right now. We will stick around, though, with this as the backdrop. Since the Mirror of Twilight over there is the gate to the Ruptured Towers anyway. So, for Relics of Hyrule Storytime, my plan is to read the Hero's Laments, and then if we have time, Midna's Laments. These are all, like, part of the end game of Relics of Hyrule. So these are, like, once you've gone through, like, everything, and you get to this point, and you open that up, and you go into the Ruptured Towers, you find all of these books in the Ruptured Towers that are talking about the hero of time and his perspective on the world ending. So let me... I think there is a chest. No, there is not. So let me grab these really first, quick. Actually, wait. A better use would be Pharaoh's Wind. Wait, no. Pharaoh's Wind is not useful. Because Tune of Currents just does it for me. Alright. There's a better option, which is Hall of Literature. And phase through the wall. Alright, so Acid Lakes, Even Death May Die. Even Death May Die. The City in the Sky. Fading Twilight. Hero's Lament. Hero's Lament. We did Hero's Prayer, whatever. Fading Twilight, City in the Sky. City in the Sky. Alright. So we'll read these. I think I already read one of them. Oh, the Eruption of Death Mountain. I already read that one. But I'll put it in the list anyway. Because that was like the first stream. So I'll just read it again so that there's a chronology. Alright. Here we go. The Shattered Lands BT dubs. According to the lore of Relics of Hyrule, the Shattered Lands are like the remnants of Hyrule that are like preserved. And locked in time. And that down there is the Temple of Time. So, let's read the books. Scouring of Kokiri Forest. I could have sworn I grabbed that one. OB647 D09. Okay. Scouring of Kokiri Forest. The flow of time is always cruel. Its speed seems different for each person, but no one can change it. A thing that doesn't change with time is a memory of younger days. But those younger days were tainted for me. I had lost 7 years of my life, lived and fought without them, and the prize for my victory was to live them through. I remembered the fighting. I remembered an adult body and strength, and I saw the world aged. I could not look at friends without seeing their future. I could not speak to them and grow friendships because I knew the end of the story. I knew that because of my actions 7 years in the future, that their lives would be bright, but I could not bear the agony of knowing. My home was with the Kokiri, woodland sprites who never aged, who never lost their childlike innocence. I envied their joyful lives in their secluded forest. I could never stay there, for I would age. I would lose that innocence, that purity. Done with the battles I waged across time, I departed Hyrule in search of the one friend in whom that's a typo, in whom I could confide. A fairy who fought with me across time. My search brought me to the depths of the lost woods. That was my final error. I fell. A pit deeper than any other swallowed me, and my short, fragmented life flashed before my eyes before the blackness took me. I awoke in Termina, a world where the rules were devised by the mind of a mad god. I lived 3 days over and over and over and over, solving Termina's problems, protecting the land from the fall of the moon itself. I saw the moon fall and I saw it destroyed, time and time again. I succeeded and failed, rescued Termina from its devastation, and found myself defeated. 3 days, again and again. Termina was my purgatory. The days I spent there were in the millions. I never returned to Hyrule, nor did I move on to the realm of the goddesses. I died when I fell, and as the realization dawned on me that Termina was a world between worlds, I faded from it, and could only watch as my death destroyed Hyrule and the Kokiri. The Dark Lord knew I had lived with the Kokiri. He had grown impatient with my absence, as all of Hyrule did. He was obsessed with facing me in battle. He burned the forest, killing my friends and forcing others to take refuge in the lost woods. They knew the danger there, but a fear of an unknown fate is a powerful motivator. I have never seen them in my misty prison, but I saw them change. Some of them became undead. Others became the very forest they loved. One Kokiri was a deeper friend than the rest. She was blessed and protected the forest as a sage. But as she ascended to sagehood, I could no longer see her. I do not know her fate. I doubt that she faced the Dark Lord. Or perhaps it is that I fear that she did. Okay, so that's Scouring of Kokiri Forest. The name is inspired by Scouring of the Shire from Lord of the Rings. And the Kokiri Forest is similar to the Shire anyway. So one of the things that comes up every so often is people take issue with my the implication that the Hero of Time died when he fell into Termina, and that Termina was purgatory, essentially. This is written from the perspective of the Hero of Time, and it describes the events of Majora's Mask. The Hero of Time is not a happy man. he's become the hero's shade, and he's not happy, and he blames himself. Whoever was playing Majora's Mask when he was trapped in Termina was not good at the game. And there was a sort of a wall of fate blocking him because Alduin was a jerk. So Ganondorf comes and wipes, scours Kokiri Forest, burns it. But we saw in another book that that's not super accurate. Or no, actually, it must have been. Yeah, so this... What he's talking about where Ganon comes to Kokiri Forest, there's another lore book with the Hero of Winds observing the Last March of the Kokiri. It's called the Last March of the Kokiri. So that happened before Ganon came and wiped everything. God bless it. Get excited because there's a first time chat, but no. So this takes place after that. He's registering events that happened after Ganon caught wind that the Kokiri Forest was fighting back, and so Ganon got mad and attacked the Kokiri Forest. That's the implication anyway. And so, if people want to interpret that I'm saying literally that the Hero of Time died and Termina was purgatory, Termina is an actual realm in Relics of Hyrule. It's not separate. It's not like a fake imagined realm. It is real, and it's linked to Hyrule, which is supported by a bunch of lore. But another element here is it's written from the perspective of the Hero of Time, who blames himself, and so he's kind of like a faulty narrator. He's not perfect with his recollections. So Termina was my purgatory. That could be literal, that could be metaphorical. And he says, the days I spent there were in the millions. That's also not logical because, let me see, 1,000,000 days. That's like 2,000 years. So he's exaggerating, and grief is clouding his vision. So that leaves it open to interpretation. So if people want it to be the fan theory that he died, he did die ultimately, but he became a ghost. But whether they want to say that, like, that fall through the pit was his death, or if he died later, that's up to the reader. Anyway, I already read the Eruption of Death Mountain on stream, but it was a while ago, and it kind of keeps a sequence, so I'm going to read it again, and then I'll read Acid Lakes after this. This opening quote is from Dune. I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration. I will face my fear. I will permit it to pass over me and through me. And when it has gone past, I will turn the inner eye to see its path. Where the fear has gone, there will be nothing. Only I will remain. Another cool thing is this lore book is found in a Ruptured Tower called Fear. And then the one before, the Scouring of Kokiri Forest, was found in Doubt. And at the end he says, he uses the terms doubt and fear. I remember Death Mountain, I remember the Gorons and their gifts for kindness and metalwork, but kindness and devotion have faults. The Gorons had grown to love Hyrule and gave everything they could to the war effort. They had no fear of the mountain. They feared the Dark Lord and loved Hyrule. As the war raged, their wisdom and knowledge of the mountain became clouded by their devotion. They became desperate to help. In their efforts, the Gorons dug too greedily and too deep, and unearthed something of shadow and flame deep within Death Mountain. Darunia, the leader of the Gorons, ventured into the Fire Temple to retrieve the Megaton Hammer, hoping it would help him defeat the creature, as it had proved useful against Volvagia. Darunia failed. The Gorons of Death Mountain were slaughtered, if not by what they awoke, then by the mountain's blood. The ash covered the sky, and the days became black as night. The trees, like torches, blazed with light. All references. The Gorons who survived fought what they awoke and failed. The creature descended the mountain into Kakariko Village. The Dark Lord had caught wind of the beast and came to Kakariko Village to tame it. It would not be tamed. It fled the village, scarring the land in its travels. Ganon's rage was endless, but he spared the village. Had he not arrived, the village would be left in ruin. Even so, had the Dark Lord ventured further into the village, the hidden and wounded soldiers and broken families would have been discovered. Perhaps he wanted them to suffer. The village had retained the Mask of Truth, which became one of the last threads of guidance in the kingdom's decline. But the mask's gaze was short. The Gossip Stones only knew of the past and present, so were used to detect Ganon's army, and where I was, if anywhere. While rudimentary in their use, the Gossip Stones would be dangerous in Ganon's hand, and Hyrule would have died more quickly. There's more discussion of this lore book in the previous episodes. Let me look. It was stream number 2. And so it was episode 2 of Relics of Hyrule Storytime. Here's Fear, by the way. You can go suck an egg. I told you to suck an egg. So this is where you find that lore book. Just, you need to stop. So yeah, it's atmospheric. So let's go to Ruptured 03, and we'll read the next one. There it is. Nope, put it. Alright. Acid Lakes is next. Acid Lakes. This is, water. An oracle once said, "Fate is not like the cut of a blade, young one, but rather like the myriad paths formed when a hammer cracks ice." I believe that's from King's Quest. I forget which one. The Gorons were not the only tribe affected by the eruption of Death Mountain. The waters of Zora's domain were tainted by the ash and acid that fell from the sky. Zora's constitution is very delicate. The waters of the domain are very clear. The impurities and toxins from the mountain made many Zoras lose their lives. They were strained already by the change in Hyrule's climate from one of warm summers to one of eternal winter, a great cooling as Hyrule died. Zoras are not strangers to untimely death. A tradition in battle was for Zora soldiers to wear masks crafted using the strength of water. These masks bore the face of their queen, who had perished shortly after giving birth to Ruto, the Zora princess. Now, hold that thought, because I'll come back to that. I recall Ruto's affection and her insistence that I marry her even after I had vanished for 7 years, and I recall my own doubts and fears. I was young, of course, too young to consider the idea, but in that alternate future I erased, I remember asking myself whether I could or should return her affection. I questioned if her affection had faded in those years. I was confused and afraid. There were others, certainly, Malon the ranch girl and Princess Zelda herself. There was a time I questioned whether Naburu, the Sage of Spirit, was willing to offer her affections. My life was a lonely one. Ruto's affections seemed to be the most plain, but I doubted myself. I doubted whether she was honest, whether I was interested in her affection, whether she was the right choice, or if waiting would be a better option. I did not know Zora customs, so I was afraid of the life I may have had to live had I returned her affection, of knowing an alternate future but ignoring it in favor of the present. I was afraid of the pain that would be caused if her affections were true, and mine were true, but her father disapproved. I was afraid that if we shared our lives, her mind would change like the tides, and I would be left alone and in pain. The anticipation of pain can be painful in itself. I felt ashamed, confused. If I saw a beautiful woman, or worse, developed beginnings of affection, I would sink into depression, skipping the joy and excitement of love and attraction and dwelling in the anguish of rejection. I felt that was the only possible result. No Zora could truthfully love a Hylian, and nor could a Hylian return love to a Zora. I let it fade, and I tried to forget her. Rudo never met me after I erased Ganon's pursuit of the Triforce from the timeline before falling into Termina. She only knew of my legend. She led the Zoras into battle with her father, but the Dark Army could not be defeated. The Zoras were slaughtered, and the survivors took refuge in the Water Temple. Rudo's fate is unknown to me. I can only imagine that she died defending the tribe she loved. So, if we compare this to Rudo's Passion, I think it says it in Rudo's Passion. Maybe? It might be in a different one. I guess it's unclear. In Rudo's Passion, it's unclear because her father says, Rudo, this is what your mother needed. This would have saved her, preserved her. So, according to the hero of time, Rudo's mother died during childbirth. But Rudo's Passion also mentions Mipha and Rawlus and Sidon. There's another one. I thought there was another lore book that implied that her mother was poisoned. So it might have been, I think one of Midna's lore books says that Rudo's mother was poisoned. And then there's another lore book that's coming in a future update that also throws some wibbly wobbly timey wimey stuff into that concept as well. Anyway, so that's Acid Lakes. Even Death May Die is next. I don't think there's anything to mention with... I mean, that one was written a long time ago. That one was, I think it debuted in version 6.0, and 6.0 was many years ago. When was version 6.0? Relics of Hyrule 6.0 trailer. (2015). Okay, 2015. That's what I thought. So, yeah, in 2015, now, 10 years later, God, it's been 10 years. Where I'm standing right now, this is Anguish. It has been largely unchanged in the last 10 years. That is mind-boggling. I made this dungeon 10 years ago. I wrote that lore book 10 years ago. Oh my God. Time is insane. Now I'm married and I have a house and a cat. But back in 2015, Hello. Turn off combat. That Poe is just going to be in the background for this one. Back in 2015, I was incredibly lonely, and I drew a lot on my own experiences to write Acid Lakes. But now I am happily married, and I feel bad for my 25-year-old self. But it all worked out. Anyway, even death may die, on that sunny note. As children, we fear the dark. Anything might be out there. The unknown troubles us. Ironically, it is our fate to live in the dark. Even after we are grown, the darkness retains its power to frighten us. And so there are those who say we should not inquire too closely into who else might be living in that darkness. Better not to know, they say. So this is a quote from Carl Sagan, and it's always fun to recontextualize quotes. His context was the search for extraterrestrials, but in this case it works of like beings that live in the dark and like undead and things like that. The last great war of Hyrule was waged against only one army, but this army changed as the war progressed. At first, the Dark Army was comprised of Moblins, Bokoblins, Budablins, Bulbins, Lizalfos, and reluctant Gerudo. Soon the undead joined their ranks. Stalfos stole children, Gibdos, Redeads posed. The natural monsters fell to Hylian spears, but the undead grew more numerous. The Dark Army became one of the dead. One creature became more common than any other, the Stall Troop. Hylian warriors feared the Stall Troops more than other foes, not because of strength — Stall Troops were among the weakest soldiers in the Dark Army — but because they feared that the next Stall Troop they fought may have once been a comrade. The Stall Troops were reanimated corpses of fallen soldiers wearing decayed armor, but as the war continued, the armor of the Stall Troops became newer and more familiar. Ganon's army was almost invincible, as victory was impossible against an army that recruited the dead. The last great war of Hyrule became a twisted civil war. Ganon's lust for power overwhelmed him, and he became obsessed with destroying Hyrule's armies in new ways. He ventured into other realms to gather power and allies. In Lorule, he recruited the Shadows themselves and devoured Hilda's armies, obtaining part of the Lolian Triforce. The hungry Shadows moved into Hyrule and swarmed the land, engulfing livestock, vegetation, and innocent civilians, who were quickly added to the ranks of the Dark Army. With part of the Lolian Triforce and his own Triforce of power, Ganon ventured into the sky, determined to conquer the beast awakened by the Gorons. That beast be the dubs. Something that I've carefully crafted with the lore is that it's never said who the Black Beast is until you get to the Ruptured Towers. So even in these books, these lore books, it's implied that it's Alduin, but until you actually get to a certain point, I think it's actually revealed in Ganon's tomb. But there's no clear indication until you complete the Ruptured Towers. Oh. There we go. Alright, let's go to Misery, the Spirit Tower. Now, Spirit Tower is obviously not very spirity. It's Apocrypha. Actually, is that what I think it is? That's not it. That's a poem. It's Apocrypha. So somebody asked, why is it Apocrypha? And the reason is the Ruptured Towers were taken over by Hermaeus Mora. More on that to come. So this was once a actual spirit tower, but it got changed. And I'm thinking of doing a Ruptured Towers, like, overhaul, which makes sense because it's 10 years old. It needs another glance, another look through. So when Pophis runs through the Ruptured Towers, I'm going to use that as an opportunity to, like, really look at it. So there was a Spirit Tower, and I'm thinking of adding elements to be, like, show that the Spirit Tower was engulfed and changed by Hermaeus Moron. But anyway, the city in the sky and the end of all things. The most merciful thing in the world, I think, is the inability of the human mind to correlate all its contents. We live on a placid island of ignorance in the midst of black seas of infinity, and it was not meant that we should voyage far. Let me look this up, because I'm not sure what this quote is from. Quote. H.P. Lovecraft. Very fitting, because Apocrypha is very Lovecraftian. And this is also fitting because this is sort of a part origin story for Hyrule, or part creation myth, which there is a lore book that's hidden in the game data, the mod data, that I'm going to implement at some point that actually outlines the entire Relics of Hyrule timeline, but that's neither here nor there. That is coming at some point. Hyrule was made by the golden goddesses Din, Nehru, and Feror. Din created the physical realm of Hyrule, Nehru gave it law and order, and Feror made all life to live in the world and abide by its rules. They left the world in the hands of Hylia, a fourth goddess. With her, they also left the Triforce as a symbol of hope to the beings of the new world. Hylia was unable to use the Triforce's power for herself. The world was at peace for an age, with Hylia presiding over the beings of the land. Peace ended when a world below the surface broke through, seeking to obtain the Triforce and the power it contained. Hylia sought to protect her followers by pulling the land around her temple into the sky to serve as a refuge from the new chaos of the surface. Hylia suffered greatly at the hands of the evil from underground and chose to relinquish her immortal form so that she may be reincarnated as a mortal capable of using the Triforce's power. She created a sword and a spirit to live within it, to aid a future hero should the Triforce need protection again from the now sealed evil. This sword was hidden in a statue to her honor on Skyloft, the city in the sky. She appointed 4 dragons to protect the realms of the surface world: Eldin, Lanayru, Farron, and Levius. With preparations in place, she left the world with only the hope that it would be safe from evil. Feror may have created the life of the world, but the golden goddesses were not the only beings from the dawn of time. Okay, so now this is the reveal. This is the actual reveal of who the Black Beast is. Feror another god created the dragons, with one to give them civilization. After civilizing the dragons, he became bored, and with that boredom came arrogance and pride. He grew to find other beings unworthy and made games of killing creatures during Hylia's first age of peace. When Hylia's people became innocent collateral in his games, Hylia responded by sealing him far beneath the earth. He was sealed for far longer than Hylia had anticipated, for other evil forces attacked before the leader of the dragons could be freed. What started as discipline became exile, and the leader of the dragons grew to hate Hylia, feeding off the deep evil underground and feeding into it. By the time of the last great war of Hyrule, the leader of the dragons became a source of unspeakable evil and hate, and had honed powers of destruction. When the Gorons dug too deep into the earth, this dragon is the creature they awakened. His presence in the war disrupted the balance of the world, and he began to devour it. His hate for the goddess Hylia pulled him to the city in the sky, still protected by Levius. Eldin, Lanayru, and Farron went to the aid of Levius against their former leader. The people of Hyrule did not learn of their whereabouts, but saw the city in the sky emerge from the clouds, begin its doomed but saw the city in the sky emerge from the clouds, begin its doomed descent. It should be and begin its doomed descent. Skyloft plummeted to the surface, scarring the land. Skyloft's fall was seen and felt from all corners of Hyrule. All fighting stopped as the Dark Army rejoiced and Hyrule wept. So I'll expand on this book, to make the next, because this sort of summarizes the timeline up until the last Great War of Hyrule. Summarizes the timeline really well, actually. And clouds and begin its descent. Alright. So that is like sort of the reveal that it was Alduin that caused the last Great War of Hyrule. But he's not named. But it is still evident. And then it also ties in the way that one's written. I don't think this contradicts Zelda lore, but it says that Farron Levius and Loneru and all of them were dragons, like Skyrim dragons, that were created by Akatosh, just like Alduin was. But that's a little tie-in to the lore. Okay, Fading Twilight. Whoa. Light thinks it's fat. Light thinks it's. Wow. Light thinks it travels faster than anything, but it is wrong. No matter how fast light travels, it finds the darkness has always got there first and is waiting for it. I believe that's from Terry Pratchett. I think these are all quotes. It is a great misfortune to be alone, and it must be believed that solitude can quickly destroy reason. I think that's Jules Verne. Can quickly destroy reason. Yep, that's Jules Verne. There is no light if you are not here with me. Lands that I never shared with you, I shall experience with you on ships across sea that exist no more. With you I will go. I know you are with me. That's sort of a paraphrase from a translation of Conte Partiro, song by Andrea Bocelli. In guilt there is hope, in shame there is none. And that's a quote from Zay Frank. So Fading Twilight is just a bunch of quotes. My original plan was... Oh, hello? Oh, jeez, I thought it crashed. Was for there to be more to that lore book, so I'll probably revisit it. Because there's also Raru's Prayer, which is found in the same place. Which, actually, before I do that... so we can actually see it. So this is the context. There's the light tower. Raru's Prayer, the light fades, and that's it. I actually was gonna write more, but I forgot to, but I was like, you know what, that kind of works. So at some point I might... like you take Raru's Prayer to the Light Force or something like that, where he chills and hangs out. And maybe at some point in the future, that floor looks really nice. The lighting is really nice in this one. Anyway, maybe I'll expand it in the future. There's one more. It's called The Hero's Lament. And this is guilt. And this is not where you find it. Something else that I have planned for the future. Right now, this area, I want to remake Guilt. I like the hallway, but I kind of want to redo it. Right now, this is like actual artwork and from Zelda, and I need to change that. I've needed to change that for 10 years. If you look really close, it has like canvas textures, which is nice. But that's all well and good. I need to change it. So I'm going to revise these, and I have a plan. I might change them to stained glass instead of paintings. So hopefully that ends up working. And I have ideas for how the stained glass could look. So Guilt is one place. Then from there you go to Shame. But then after that, you go to the Ethereal Sanctuary. That's not it at all. Nope. Okay, fine. Help. Ethereal. No, that's what I wrote. Oh, I forgot. I didn't spell it right. That's why. And in the Ethereal Sanctuary, you find the hero Shade himself by this tree, and he's just chilling. So there he is. And he is carrying the hero's Lament. Have you ever watched a flower die? Watch something that was once so beautiful, so full of life, collapse and rot from within. That is a quote from, I believe, Batman Arkham Knight. It's a quote from Mr. Freeze, of all people. And it's a great quote. Arkham City. It's from Arkham City. Oh yeah, go and eat that din din. Alright. I am the hero. I have had an eternity to build these razor-sharp castles. I wander everywhere but the room I protect. I failed to bring Hyrule from the brink of death. I failed to resurrect it. I used my purgatory to my advantage, recruiting Majora's Mask itself, channeling its dark power to make Termina a refuge for Hyrule's citizens. But instead, Hyrule became Termina's refuge. The link I opened between worlds was discovered and severed, and Termina burned with its mirror kingdom. When Hyrule needed me most, my enemies succeeded, stopping me at every turn. Every victory became a defeat. 1,000 heroes fought 1,000 battles, but everything must come to death. All things, everything dies. I am the hero Shade. In my vain hope to stay true to the memories of Hyrule, I built this place so that I may protect its finest treasure. I was your final test. You have defeated me, and I will serve you however you see fit. You have shown the power, wisdom, and courage needed to honor Hyrule's memory. I am the hero Shade. I have made many mistakes, and it's about time I did something about that. I grant to you the will of a soldier who has no heart, one who will not falter in darkness. So that's the hero's Lament. There's a lot of quotes in here. This first quote, Mr. Freeze. Razor Sharp Castles is a reference to a Nightwish song called Crownless. My enemy succeeded, stopping me at every turn. So that's a reference to kind of a reference to Doctor Who. Every victory became a defeat. Where I think the Doctor's timeline got messed up somehow. I have made many mistakes, and it's about time I did something about that. That's also a quote reference to Doctor Who. The will of a soldier who has no heart, I believe, is reference to Twilight Princess. princess. Wow, I cannot speak right now. Who has no heart? Oh no, that's Majora's Mask. Yeah, that's Ikana. Okay, so that's a quote from Majora's Mask. So those are the hero's laments. Oh god, what the frick? That was weird. Oh, that's right, because I did the Oh man, that was really weird. That was because I read the hero's blessing, and so now the frickin' Oath to Order summons the hero Shade, but apparently just freaked out. So by glitching the system, you can make the hero Shade fight the hero Shade, but we're not gonna do that. We're gonna do something else. Before I move on, I'm going to get a snack. I have a snack waiting for me. I'm going to read Midna's Lament now. This is Midna's Tomb, which is another place I might rework at some point because this architecture is a little iffy. But fortunately, all of Midna's Laments are right here, so I don't need to grab them. Alright, I will be back. I'm going to get snack. Alright. Here goes nothing. Midna's Lament. We cross our bridges when we come to them, and burn them behind us, with nothing to show for our progress except a memory of the smell of smoke and a presumption that our eyes once watered. This is one of my favorite quotes. It's by Tom Stoppard. And for the longest time I couldn't figure out where the heck to put this quote. And I think this works because Midna's Laments are all about her telling the true history of the last Great War of Hyrule. And this quote's I think in this context works because it's everyone's forgetting the past and just going through life and not recording anything right. I didn't explain that properly. It's a great quote. I think this might be the best context for it. I suspect that the history of this war will be one of stark contrasts. The hero never came. Yeah, it works because now I think about it more. There's nuance to the last Great War of Hyrule, and that's what Midna's Laments are all about. Because she's the Zelda's the Queen of Light, essentially, Hilda's the Queen of Darkness, and Midna is the Queen of the Middle. So she's the butter that holds everything together. Anyway, I suspect the history of this war will be one of stark contrasts. The hero never came, and there was nothing to be done. Zelda failed, Ganon succeeded in obtaining the Triforce, and the world helplessly fell into shadows. Legends will forget and exaggerate the details. They will paint Zelda with broad strokes as an infallible saint, and Ganon as a ruthless villain who finally succeeded because of Link's absence. My lament is that the true story will be forgotten in favor of embellishments and drama. Light winning out over darkness against all odds, a kingdom forsaken by the gods, and one woman single-handedly saving her kingdom from a careless, cold infinity. The true story is illuminated by moonlight. The true story is illuminated by moonlight. This was not the day Hyrule fell to the shadows. It was the end, yes, but Hyrule, Lorule, Termina, and the Twilight died fighting. We fought for years. Zelda was Queen of Hyrule throughout the entire war. Her handmaiden and bodyguard Impa served as a steward when Zelda traveled to preserve her kingdom. Hilda and I stayed true to our royal duties as well. The war lasted so long that when the Lost Woods opened and Termin refugees emerged, the land of Termina was annexed to Hyrule. This was a war that waged over 4 realms that should not have been linked. Ganon never succeeded in taking power from Zelda, Hilda, or me. Ganon was hindered and helped by the blackened chaos scorching the skies. The wheel of our fates intersected with another. The wheel of our fates intersected with another. Hyrule and its connected realms are crumbling around us as we write. Zelda, Hilda, and I are ensuring that the legacy of our kingdoms live on. Hidden throughout Hyrule are its relics, to be discovered and scattered throughout time. In Link's absence, Zelda has taken the role of hero, awakening the sages in disguise, and seeking the Triforce. We have fought Ganon's forces at every turn and defeated them. Ganon's monsters are easily dispatched, but our armies are outnumbered. Our kingdoms have survived similar odds before. This strife is simple. We could easily win. Zelda and I reached Ganon and nearly defeated him in battle for the Triforce. But the Black Beast devouring our world disrupted our efforts, and Ganon escaped with the Triforce of Courage. Ganon had the Triforce of Power and the Triforce of Courage. When he sieged Lorule, he obtained the Triforce of Willpower. Zelda held the Triforce of Wisdom. Hilda held the Lolian Triforce of Knowledge. What we fought over was Lolian Triforce of Emotion. One piece. But even with that one piece, Ganon would need to be defeated, or deceived. Link's absence does not matter. This is not something that can be avoided, only softened. The gods themselves contend in vain. This war will be the end of Hyrule, Lorule, Termina, and the Twilight Realm. Not because of Ganon, but because of the interference of the Black Beast. This is the end. We are not destined to defeat the beast, and these relics will remain as fossils of the never were. Fossils of the never were is a reference to Doctor Who. So yeah, Midna touches on a battle that is not recorded in any lore book, and that's the battle of Midna, Zelda, and Ganon, in which somehow he gets the Triforce of Courage. So I might need to write that one, because I have a feeling that it might involve the hero of Twilight. I might need to write that one. Zelda, Midna, hero of Twilight versus Ganon. Okay. Hello. Last Great War of Hyrule is the next lore book. The Last Great War of Hyrule. War is a cowardly escape from the problems of peace. I need to look that up. Thomas Mann. It falls to me to tell the truth of the events of the last great war of Hyrule, how it began, how it evolved, and how it ended. I knew of the events through conjured visions. I might remove that line. The war began quietly. Once in a while, a shipment of goods would not reach its destination in Hyrule. Foods and supplies at first, then weapons, armor, alchemical ingredients. Then people began to go missing. Zelda became concerned quickly. She saw the signs and could feel the changes in the wind. She knew that evil was coming to Hyrule, and I expect she knew Ganon was behind it. The first battle was small, a skirmish of moblins, bokoblins, and bulbins. Very few Hylians considered it anything less than a bandit raid. A few soldiers were injured and fell ill, very ill. 3 days after the attack, they died and were buried. Every week, another moblin skirmish would occur, slightly larger than the one before. So soldiers were injured, fell ill, and died. Zelda pleaded with her father, the king, to strengthen Hyrule's defenses, to protect the other tribes. He listened, but underreacted. A few soldiers to Zora's domain, a few to Death Mountain, a few patrolling Hyrule Field, a few stationed near Kokiri Forest. Zelda asked her handmaiden Impa to visit the Zoras, Gorons, and Kokiri to evaluate their well-being and to warn them. Impa, forever faithful, obliged. The Gorons were content and blissfully unaware of the brewing conflict. The Kokiri were as well, but the Zoras, perhaps the most sensitive to Hyrule's lifeblood, had reports. The river water was colder and muddier. Zoras were feeling ill. Rutella, the queen of the Zoras, had taken to her quarters the day before, feeling constantly exhausted. The Zora king, Princess Ruto, and Prince Rawlus were all concerned for the queen. Impa asked to visit the queen, but the king refused. At first, Impa told the king of Zelda's fear, and she was granted entry and accompanied by Ruto. Queen Rutella spoke of nightmares and visions, darkness, frigid cold, a black dragon, Ganon's return, and a bloody war with the undead, all without the presence of a hero chosen by the goddesses. The next day, Queen Rutella died. So that contradicts what the hero said, that the queen died in childbirth. Unless King Zora remarried or something. Which I guess is possible. But the implication there is that there's a contradiction in the lore. The quiet war continued for months, slowly depleting Hyrule's armies. Word spread of distress in Gerudo Valley. A terrible sandstorm had blocked the way to the Spirit Temple, traveling pilgrims inside. Soldiers who had braved the storm found the door sealed. Reports came from Kakariko Village that the Shadow Temple was breached and gravestones were toppled. Setting them upright revealed disturbed ground. The night after brought the first battle with darkness. Stall children, Stallfoes, and Redeads attacked Kakariko Village as they made their way to Hyrule Castle. Soldiers who were wounded fell ill and died within 3 days. And these battles added to the Moblin skirmishes. Moblins during the day, Redeads at night. Soon the Redeads were joined by Stall troops, Stalls, and Parutamu. The last great war of Hyrule was slow, steady, and constant. The more creatures and people who died, the more enemies the next wave would bring. Eventually the battles consisted solely of the undead. This was the war. Constant battles with the undead, and fear that the next Stall troop would be wearing your suit of armor. After months, Ganon finally appeared. It was a battle during the darkest of nights. The sky shifted from black to dark red, and a salty, viscid rain fell from the sky. A flash of lightning revealed Ganon on the hillside, watching the battle from horseback. No one knew how he had escaped his prison, but he had clearly honed his mastery of the darkest magic arts. With Ganon's arrival, Hyrule began to shout what was once only a whisper. Where is the hero? I lent my services to Hyrule, and Hilda of the Low Rules lent hers. Hyrule and its sister realms stood strong against Ganon's army. Hylian, Lowlian, Gorons, Zora, Gerudo, and Twilight. Together we stood strong. We stood strong until the World Eater came. So this is when he is actually named. The Battle of 1,000 Heroes. Show me a hero and I will write you a tragedy. I believe that's F. Scott Fitzgerald. Show me a hero and I would write a tragedy. F. Scott Fitzgerald. That's what I thought. After the eruption of Death Mountain and the arrival of the World Eater, the tide of war shifted. Ganon, I knew from Conjured Visions. I'm going to remove that. She was involved. She was there. It was rare. And she remembers it all too well. I knew from Conjured Visions that Ganon was seeking pieces of the Triforce, but he expected our scrying and blocked our efforts. What began as frustration at Link's absence became desperation. The most adept mages of Hyrule, Lorule, and the Twilight Realm worked to seek out Link and summon him to our aid. No. Ganon razed Lorule and sought to destroy my realm as well. His armies attacked my kingdom, but I sealed the Mirror of Twilight, trapping some of his minions within my damaged realm, including corrupted souls of the dragons Farron, Eldon, and Lanayru. The Twilight Realm became a prison of evil. I despised this choice, but told myself it was necessary. Better for the dragons to be trapped here than laying waste to Hyrule. As Ganon grew more powerful, as the World Eater consumed more of Hyrule, as the skies darkened and the air grew bitter cold, the mages grew more desperate and frantic. In their desperation, the mages repeated spells with growing magnitude. Their efforts opened a rift in space and time, connecting all of Hyrule's history. Through this ever-changing rift, countless versions of Link, the hero chosen by the goddesses, entered Hyrule. Each incarnation represented a facet of Hyrule's history and carried equipment from those eras past or yet to be. Every incarnation was plucked at their prime, after they had accomplished the goals of their own quests. Over the course of several weeks, every incarnation tried to defeat the World Eater, some alone, some in teams, other in armies. Every incarnation failed. As the final hero fell, a blinding light and a searing heat filled the air. The Triforce had been shattered, and Hyrule was cleansed. And we actually read the lore book, All Things End, that describes that moment. The hero of Winds was the final hero. Okay. Now we have Twilight and Apocrypha, which is one of my personal favorites. Integrity without knowledge is weak and useless, and knowledge without integrity is dangerous and dreadful. I don't know this one. Let me look this one up. Without integrity. Samuel Johnson. That's a quote from Samuel Johnson. Alright. My realm was left unconnected. Portions of Hyrule were preserved by the Triforce, frozen from the progress of time. These shattered lands were my only link to what was once Zelda's kingdom. I wandered the remains of my realm, consoled by what was left of my people, and avoided the Ruptured Towers that were growing near my palace's ruins. I watched the towers as they multiplied and linked with the Temple of Time. I saw misery appear, and with its arrival the sky changed. From thin air a mass of writhing tentacles and eyes emerged. The eyes all stared at me. Alright, it's time for her J. Callahan's Hermaeus Mora impression. Alright. May or may not have been practicing for this. Okay. I can't do an echo though, unfortunately. There is a video somewhere on my channel where I read this lore book with an echo, but I won't be able to do an echo this time. Okay. I am Hermaeus Mora, said a slow, slurring voice. I am the guardian of the unseen and knower of the unknown. I have been watching you, mortal. Is this your doing? I asked, motioning to the Ruptured Towers. This is my realm, my kingdom. You have no place here.
The Ruptured Towers are not of my making,
Hermaeus Mora explained.
The fourth tower is mine, a gateway to Apocrypha. The rest are fragments of Hyrule, sunken into the sands of your world, tended to by the hero's shade.
Hero's shade? I exclaimed. What hero?
Oh, you do not know,
Mora stated.
Of course you do not know. The hero of time, you called him once. His grief is potent. His guilt is strong.
Link was trapped here? He was in my realm all along? Mora laughed.
Oh, no, mortal. He was in the land of Termina. Do you not understand? Your hero was dead. He fell. He tried to reach Hyrule. Oh, he tried. He opened a link, of course. But it backfired.
It wouldn't have mattered if he reached Hyrule. The world eater was unstoppable.
Yes. Alduin would not have been stopped by your hero. It is another's destiny to defeat him. He is the cleanser of worlds. Hyrule was but an egg for the next world to hatch from.
So this is the first book that you can find that Alduin is named by name. Unless you go to Ganon's tomb first, before Midna's tomb. So either Ganon's tomb or Midna's tomb. That is when Alduin is named. I started to speak again, but I stopped myself. I paused and thought. Why have you appeared to me? I asked.
This realm is an interesting one. It contains many fragments of Hyrule. Its history, its relics, its creatures. It is unique.
It is my home, I said, guessing what Mora was about to suggest.
I will annex your realm to Apocrypha and preserve it. This knowledge is valuable.
This is my home, I repeated. I will not give it to you.
I was not requesting your permission, mortal.
No, you cannot do this, I shouted, watching Hermaeus Mora fade from my sight. I saw his minions emerge from the fourth tower and begin surveying his prize. I ran to the Temple of Time and opened a portal to the Mirror of Twilight. I destroyed the key and told my secrets to the Gossip Stones and the Phantom Hourglass. I tried to escape, but the Seekers found me.
I was going to let you live,
I heard Hermaeus Mora say.
You would have been an interesting specimen, but I cannot have you share my secrets. Your corpse will have to suffice.
Alexa, stop! As the Seekers approached, I looked to the sky. It was a sickly green and seemed to writhe. The golden light... Alexa, stop! Okay. The golden light of my home was gone. I felt the Seeker's cold touch. I was ready for the end. But then I heard her voice. You are free. Yeah. So clearly if I'm doing a voice like Hermaeus Mora's, my acting is better. There is another video where I think I do a little better with the Hermaeus Mora voice. I'm out of practice. I love doing the Hermaeus Mora voice. There is one more book, and I'm just gonna grab it. Queen of Twilight. So, Midna met one Daedric prince, Sometimes it is harder to deprive oneself of a pain than a pleasure. Let me see that quote. Oh, it's also F. Scott Fitzgerald. A blinding light surrounded me. I felt no pain. I heard a distant waterfall, smelled fragrant flowers. I closed my eyes, but the light persisted. Do not fear. Your eyes will adjust. You have lived your life in your twilight, and you will become accustomed to mine. Wow, I can't read. Where am I asked, my voice shaking. You are safe. I have rescued you from Hermaeus Mora and the ruins of your realm. You are in Moonshadow. This is another twilight realm. My eyes began to adjust to the light, and I saw that I stood in a field of wildflowers with a gentle breeze wafting their fragrance to me. Forests of majestic trees stood in the distance. The colors were blurred, and I saw dark shapes in the sky that I assumed were birds. The light seemed to come from everywhere. No sun could be seen. I have to go back. My people are not safe. I said, I'm sorry. There is no going back. My power is strong, but it took great effort to rescue you from Hermaeus Mora. He has since thickened the walls between our worlds. I was fortunate that your realm's skin was so thin following the war. If you have pity, mourn the loss, but let the weeping cease. I collapsed in the field, exhausted from my years of strife and the loss of my kingdom. Strangely, I felt comforted and finally safe. What do I do now? I wondered aloud. I will send a messenger to you. She will bring you to me, and we may discuss our partnership. A bird turned in the sky to fly to me. As it approached, it became larger and larger, darker and darker, and more menacing. I jumped to my feet and backed away as it landed. It had the form of a woman, but with black skin, bright blue eyes, and bat-like wings in place of forearms and hands. Black horns sprouted from its head with purple hair, and black spines covered its skin. Its skin bore small patches of bright blue, and a long tail swayed back and forth behind it. Do not fear, the voice of my rescuer said, with the harpy staring at me. This is one of my messengers, a winged twilight. She will not harm you. She will guide you to my palace. I followed the winged twilight through the fields of wildflowers to a silver city on a cliff. A river ending in a waterfall lay between us, and over it an elaborate bridge coated in flowers. In the distance I saw a windmill, and even further a lighthouse on a high hill. The light was golden with sunset. Buskers, jugglers, innkeepers welcoming call. I'm getting rid of that. Sound of mist, smell of moss-grown woods. I felt comfortable but confused. This place is paradise, I said to my guide. How is this a realm of twilight? I'm not going to bother. You are... I can't do it. You are looking at a small piece of it, my guide responded in a raspy voice. Moonshadow is a realm of shades and half-thoughts. Is there crime? Death? Strife? Is there pain? Is the entire realm full of beauty and fragrance? No, my guide said, and we spoke no more. We arrived at the palace, a silver tower wreathed in roses. My guide approached the doors and they swung open. I reached out and plucked a rose. I inspected it, wondering if it was real. It seemed real, physical at least. Welcome, said the voice of my rescuer from in front of me rather than from all directions. I looked up from the rose. Before me stood a tall woman wearing a wreath of flowers and a thin hooded robe. This is the Palace of Twilight, she said, smiling softly. There was silence for a long while, which I broke with peals of laughter. Is this a joke? I exclaimed. Is this some sort of divine prank? I lived in the Palace of Twilight. I ruled my kingdom from the Palace of Twilight. Are you trying to make me feel comfortable? To make me forget that my home was never stolen from me? Who are you? Why do you send me a harpy and tell me not to be afraid? Have you looked at your winged twilights? How can I know I can trust you? And how can I know you're not like Hermaeus Mora? Come to think of it, what are you? Are you a goddess? Is Hermaeus Mora a god? Where are Din, Feror, and Nehru? Where were you during the war? The woman's smile faded, but she did not frown. I understand your pain, Midna. I was not trying to fool you or make you forget. You do not have to trust me, but know that all of the Daedra who could have intervened and rescued you from death at the hands of Hermaeus Mora, you're fortunate that I did. I am Azura of the Crimson Gate. My sphere is dawn and dusk, the magic in-between realms of Twilight. If you wish to call me a goddess, you may. I know of Din, Feror, and Nehru. They are not Daedra like Hermaeus Mora and me. They are of a different wheel of fate. Hermaeus Mora's sphere is the scrying of the tides of fate, and the treasures of knowledge and memory. Were it not for me, you would be part of his collection. Where were you during the war? I growled. I was here, Azura said. Hyrule was part of a different wheel. It belonged to Din, Feror, Nehru, and Hylia. Only at the end could the Daedra begin to lay claim to pieces of it and its people. What do you want of me? I asked, still scowling and suspicious. We're both queens of Twilight, Midna. I fondly watched your Twilight realm as I would watch a sibling. You will be safe in Moonshadow. That is all I want, for you to be safe. The war is over, and you can find peace here. What of my people? Am I doomed to be the last of the Twilight? I can help you find them. Other Daedra have taken interest in the Relics of Hyrule, roll credits, and I may be able to compromise with them. It will not be easy. I cannot say that I trust you, Azura, I said, but if you can help me find my people and keep them safe, I am willing to join you. I am glad, Azura said, her smile returning. I hope you do not mind, but since I am the Queen of Twilight here in Moonshadow, you will have to be called something else. I laughed. I may have a suggestion. By all means, Azura said. What is it? I grinned. Twilight Princess. Fourth wall break, and we're done. Alright. So, that's all Midna's Laments. Some revisions I have to do, because, you know, they're quite old, and there's some cornball stuff that I'm keeping that roll credits moment at the end, though, because I feel like Midna making a little fourth wall break is apropos. Queen. Okay, so Midna's Laments. Remove conjured visions. Queen of Twilight. Remove jugglers. Because it's silly. It's a quote from Nightwish, but it's silly. Doesn't fit. Okay. We technically have 20 minutes left in the stream, but I am spent. I don't think I have it in me to read any more lore books right now. So I technically have been streaming for 2 hours since I started early. I think, let's see. I could play Skyrim a little bit more. I could go back and finish what I started with the Hidden Pipes. So I think that... Oh, wait. Shattered Lands... Yeah, Shattered Lands is the one... So for the last 20 minutes of the stream, just as a little bonus, we're gonna just at least do the Hidden Pipes and work from there. So we'll go back to the Link Between Worlds. We'll do the Shattered Lands at some point. But I want to do Hidden Pipes and then kind of run around a bit. I want to get the Tablets of Medora, actually, so that I can use them in here. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a... Pharaoh's Wind. I'm going to put a Pharaoh's Wind right here. And we're gonna go into Itnamzand Deep. Yeah, I'm just gonna, you know, chillax. Disenchant some junk. So give me things that are enchanted. Can't disenchant. Can't disenchant this one. Major restoration. Oh, I could disenchant that one too. That one's already this one. Oh. I didn't know that the Twilight Dagger can be disenchanted. Alright, let's disenchant these. Oh, okay. Ring of the Eminent Squire. That would be a useful... All of these would be useful to disenchant. Yeah, let's learn that. Learn that. I wonder if I can... I have a black soul gem. Fortify light armor. Okay, so I don't quite have... what I need. But... let's say I wanted to disenchant this. Or wanted to enchant it. What could I give it? Fortify alchemy. Fortify magic. Fortify one-handed. Ooh. Yes. That's a good idea. Okay, and then my Lolian Dagger +2, I can enchant with something. My Zora Dagger I can enchant with something as well. Grand Soul doing frost damage? 20 points to frost damage. You could also do water damage, but let's do 15. And then this guy, Greater Soul Gem, Earth damage, health regeneration, shock damage wouldn't be bad. Yeah. Cool. All right. Is there anything else I could enchant? Ring of Zora, I need... This apparently can be enchanted. Okay. Now I do have the Ashland Fairy Tunic and the Great Fairy's Tunic. I mean, this is just better. So we're going to equip those. So now, Pophis is enjoying life. He's got some snazzy new clothes. Okay. Let's see if there's anything we can do in the alchemy front. Fortify enchanting. Oh, I should have done that. However, I do have dwarven oil, and I believe I have taproot, so I can finally do this. Oh my god, there's so many. Taproot. Boom. Alright. Items enchanted are 9% stronger. That's better. Yeah, Stillhound Fang is good. Let's do Restore Health Potion. Boost Reward. Oh. Okay. And then I'll use this little guy to return. I should make an alchemy thing though. Fortify alchemy. Is there anything I could? Oh, necklaces. Okay. Let's make a necklace. Maybe not. Oh, I could do silver ring. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. So then that can make a silly little feedback loop. Because then I don't know if that will affect. Now they're 10% stronger. So then if I drink that and go back to the enchanter, I could make another one. I am running out though. Alright, this will probably be the last one I make. Gold ring. Fortify alchemy. So I just need more. I could do that ladder if I have enough soul gems, but I don't, so I won't. Alright, let's use this little guy. Rune. And somebody had a bad day. When they teleported into this wall, they had a bad day. Okay. Whoop. So let's go up here. That's what I wanted to do. And do the hidden pipes since we started that earlier. Oh, note on the iris door. This door is clearly enchanted with powerful magic. It is ancient, and I believe more ancient than the Dwemer, and yet it is here, enchanting one of their machines. Only a mage of this civilization could open this door, I think. If not them, then someone wearing their robes or hood. Hoods and hats are good for carrying enchantments that enhance one's innate magic. If such a parallel exists, it is lost to time, hidden deep in the shadows. I do recall hearing whispers of something secret in the rift that could see into other worlds. Perhaps this artifact could be used to find the magic apparel deep within the temples of the forest trees. That is a hint telling people that they need to find the Minish Mage's camp. Alright. This is one heck of a dungeon. I'm going to use the inverted Song of Time. Do I have that? Yes. Well, that helped. I got through most of them. Yeah. Once I get through these doors, I'm going to save. Save. Go up. When I first made this dungeon, I wasn't sure. I was worried that it would be too easy, but having gone through it a few times, it is not too easy. It is treacherous. One thing I do need to do, though, is... There we go. One thing I need to do with it is make that one that's supposed to crush you, like, actually do damage. Somehow. Maybe it pushes you into a danger zone or something. Like this, yeah, this one is supposed to be harmful, but it doesn't really do anything. So maybe I'll rework it so there's, like, something up there. Hidden pipes. Danger piston. Okay. Also be fun if there was stuff under it, but you can't get under it. Ah, there we are.
Oh, jeez. Oh no, I'm stuck.
Oh, that's not good. Okay. Yeah, that's not good. Room with diminish chest. Sticking point. King of Samaria. That doesn't help. Can I actually get out? No. That's not cool. Alright, that we'll have to fix. Scissor beetle sword. Small key. Oh, crud, this thing. Too much to be able to run. Oh, but I have God mode on. Whoops. Oh. You know what I just realized is that my followers are here with me. They just followed me in. I like the scissor beetle weapons. I kind of want them to be... I like them a lot, actually. Alright, so I have the key, and I need to find the door for the key. Every time I'm sprinting and I try to do two things at once. I have to go up? No, I have to go up here. This go up. This one go up. Alright, save again. that one. Okay. I'll wait for this bad boy to come back. Crouch. Okay. Where haven't I been? This way in. So it's either down here. Oh. It's either down here or this way. This is not the way. So it must be that way behind me. Alright, so that's that. No, that's a dead end. Okay, so that doesn't help. That's number 3. So maybe it's that way. Is this the door? Hey, alright, got the key, unlock the door. Okay. Oh. I didn't need to go anywhere. Alright, so I did that. I'm just going to use Pharaoh's Wind to get out of here. Turn to the warp point. Cool. I'm going to Pharaoh's Wind again, because... Wait, no, I don't need to do Pharaoh's Wind. Tune of Currents, because I want to get the Book of Mudora, the tablets. The tablets. Now, I think I put them in the Hall of Literature. I know I have 2. Yes. Alright. Do I have books to put away? I do. Let's put away some books. Just run around. I am missing one of Airfall's journals. Oh. Got one of the clan, a couple clan letters. I don't know what shelf that is. Urgh. Hello. Please don't tell me it froze. Oh, no, it didn't freeze. More. Dwemer stuff. There's Airfall's journals. Okay. I'm missing volume 4. I forget where it is. That's a temple book. There we are. Okay. Any other books I have in here? Those can't be placed yet. I must have a second copy of Higher Than Hope. Yeah, I have 2 copies of it. Okay, so I'll put that away. Okay, I think that's enough. I have the 2 books of tablets of Medora. See if they're any useful. If they have any use. Might not be able to. Nope. Fair enough. So these 2 tablets. Not helpful in combination with each other. Okay. Well, I kind of want to just keep. This is a long stream. I've been going for 2.5 hours. I'm just gonna. I'm gonna go back to the archive. So I can keep going for a little bit. And I think what I'm gonna do is just move a bunch of stuff around in the archive and just kind of goof around, you know? So this is an extra bonus, super awesome bonus stream. I'm just gonna take everything that she has. I'll take one of these. Take all of these, one of those. I think I already got one of these. I'm just going to take one anyway. I'll take one of those. This one I can put away. I'm sure I am. I'm just going to grab them all. Take one of those. Just going to take everything. One, got the longsword. Just put all of these. Ooh. Oh, that's right. I need. But I'll still take one of each of these. I'm just going to run around putting things in place. Scissor Beetle Chitin. Sheikah Throwing Dagger. Shield Fragment, why not? Just get everything. One of everything. Stolfo's Shield. Is that Relics of Hyrule? No. Yeah, I have no idea what's new and what isn't. Okay. So Carjo I know has stuff as well. Armor's arrow, armor's helmet. Ash on dark. Great gem. Hero's glass armor. That one, this one. Scissor beetle sword. Alright, tornado rod. Okay. So let's just start at the beginning here and go through as many of these as I can and just drop stuff off. I'm probably going to enable God mode so I can move around. Okay, I'm also going to pick everything up from here and just go nuts. Alright, I don't know if anything was put on display. Dompe's shovel was. Okay. Cool. Let that do its thing. And let's go to Hall of Literature, Hall of Memories we can't do anything with yet. Hall of Monsters maybe? Yeah, Hall of Monsters. And we'll just grab all that. Bing, 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 bing. Got another name, a few more nameless. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, Bokoblin, Round Soldiers. Should have Dark Interloper popping up. I think this whole ring is finished. Beep. Alright, I'll finish the Hall of Monsters and I think I'll just... Beamos. I'll just call it. There should be... The Ancient Automaton should be here. There we go. That's complete. That's all good. We should get some Gemos soon. There's the Armos. Gemos go right here. Ding. Ding. Death Sword. I know I have Death Sword. I just don't know where I put it. Ding. What's this? Ah, we need to do the forest temple. That's what that is. Yay. These are all happy blokes. There's the Dark Interlopers. So Pose should go here too. Okay. Gemos. I think I have one more. Oh, the Master Gemos, yeah. Cool. Alright. I think that's good for tonight. I'll sort through. Obviously my inventory is filled to the brim. So I'll sort through that my own time. But that's going to be that for tonight. So thanks everybody for watching. This was an extra long stream. So hopefully everyone enjoyed. And we will see you next week. Next week I'm going to do Relics of Hyrule Development. So all this junk that I wrote down, I might do that then as well. Lots of fun to be had. So thanks for coming to the stream. And we'll see you next week. Be kind to others. And be sure to drink your Ovaltine.